You are not prepared.
You are not prepared!
Hello, welcome back to World of Warcraft Resurrected. I'm Chris.
And this is Brandon.
And he is hi, Brandon. Anyways, so we're going to talk about what we've been doing in the game. You want to go first?
I can. Alright. So, this is big news, guys. Big news.
Big news? What?
Big news. Big. Okay, so I've been playing this hunter.
You got the Ashes of Alar.
No. But that would have been nice.
That would have been
playing this hunter, and I got him to level 23, I think, something like that. 24.
Okay, that can't be the big news, but okay.
That's not the big news. That's not the big news. Okay, and then I'm saving the big news until last.
Oh.
And then been playing my mage a little bit. Because we want to level him. I want to level him again. So we got him to I got him to level 63 today.
Cool. That can't be the big news, but okay.
That's not the big news. We went into SSC.
That can't be.
Or no. We went into TK. Went into TK.
Is that the big news?
That's not the big news.
Oh.
We went into TK, and we got to play around in TK a little bit.
Woohoo.
We got to fight Alar a couple of times. We learned a lot.
How many boss y'all down?
We didn't down any.
Oh, well, that's not the big news. Okay.
We learned a lot on Alar. The big news, the big news is I did Kara with Savage.
Okay.
And we had to plug a tank. And he had no pause button.
Now I know you're going. Okay.
He had no pause button. This dude had his Crocs in sports mode.
Didn't he have a bunch of blues and greens on?
Yeah, he had blues and greens, but he was defense cap.
Okay.
Or so after you get defense cap as a warrior, all you got to do is go for stand.
Yep.
Because they only got to get what is it 3, 4, whatever 3, 9, 3. I don't know. Whatever it is for defense cap. But anyway, this dude, I'm talking, 390. He had the backs on the Crocs up and everything. He was running.
Or 490. Sorry. Or 390.
He was 490 defense.
Sorry.
No, I'm talking. He was running. This cat was nonstop. And I'm just okay. Anyway,
he's a warrior, so he's got to.
Yeah.
Rage is burning.
We get to we're clearing bosses, not having any difficulty at all. We get to Nightbane, and the healers are me and the priest. Well, everything's set up for Nightbane. We're ready to go. We pull Nightbane. Everything's going great. Healing's great. Tanking, DPS, we're all doing great. First air phase, the priest DCs. I thought, okay, he'll be back. I'll be fine. Okay, he'll be back. Okay, he's not coming back. Okay, he came back and DC'd again. Oh shit. I thought we were going to wipe. I single-handedly healed Nightbane from the first air phase until the end of the fight. Nobody died except for the priest that was DC'd, and he died at the very end of the fight. I'm talking Nightbane died and then he died. But I was keeping him up. He couldn't move because he was DC'd. He was in the charred earth he was taking damage. I was healing him. Yes, as a druid healer, I single-handedly healed the Nightbane fight by myself.
Awesome.
That's the big news.
Well, congratulations.
And I was very proud of that.
Did you Did you at least get a drop off of it?
No, I don't need anything out of there.
Oh, okay.
But I felt good about myself. It made me. It just went to show me that I still have it in me, if I have to do it.
Yeah. Hey, I want to see you. I want to see you solo heal SSC.
My next one is I want to solo heal Prince.
Okay.
I want to see if I can.
Whew. You already take Prince. Might as well solo heal it, right?
Do something. Make it a little interesting. Oh, and we did a full clear in 2 hours, a little over 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes, I think.
Yeah, cool. All right. Anything else?
No, just we're going to be going back in the SSC next week, so stay tuned for that.
All right, well, I went to Grilled Mags and SSC and Kara. I didn't go with any of those with him because, you know, who wants to play with him?
Yeah.
When he can solo heal stuff. Now, I went to Grilled Mags and got a piece on Shrody. I can't remember which piece it was. And then went to SSC, didn't get nothing. We downed 4 of the 6 bosses.
I think that's what you said.
Yeah. Yep. 4 of the 6 bosses. That's right. And
you guys are doing really good. That's really good. Congratulations on that, by the way.
And right after I joined, I guess a bunch of people joined with around the same time as me. Because right after I joined, that was their first guild SSC run, and we did 2. And this is the second one. Because I think it was the day I joined, that night they had a guild meeting, and they said, hey, we got enough tunes now that we can actually do guild runs now instead of pug runs. So, we're not going to pug anymore unless we just have to. I think they pugged a couple people that night. Right after the guild meeting, we went to SSC and did the 2. I think that's why, because we didn't have enough time, because the guild meeting went a little bit long.
Yeah.
And then after we did that, that night, I don't think I played with them again till this weekend, which the 4 out of 6 on the SSC, and of course we got Girls Mag on farm, and oh my goodness, being a box clicker when during a windstorm, I guess you could call it, because it was very windy and the power was going in and out. It went off once while we were waiting, and it came back on. I got back in, and I said, hey, look, the power went out. I don't know if I should be a box clicker. And they're like, oh, nope, you're a box clicker. I'm like, okay. So, luckily, it didn't go off at all during that time. But after that, it kept going off and on, and that's when Brandon was doing Kara. Luckily, it didn't go off during his Nightmare fight.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, you were on Towlette that night.
Oh, that was during a caravan. That was when we were on Never Spite.
Yeah. And I said, why don't you just log on to my laptop with the hotspot? He's like, no. And so I came in here, got on my laptop. It had an update, so I updated it. And then I logged on. I said, all right, I'm logged on to him to go get him. Because they were actually waiting. They won't wait on me, but they'll wait on him. So I went out there and said, hey, you're logged on in here. He's like, oh, okay. So after that, he came in here and you down Nether Spite. After a couple attempts, y'all were having problems that night.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know what was going on with Nether Spite.
We had problems too.
Ours wasn't pugs. Oh, ours was Scott was tanking. But he couldn't. He kept getting too many stacks while he was doing the red. He wasn't dancing.
He was going out and in too quick.
Yeah, he got like 25 and 30 stacks, and he just couldn't stand up to it.
Yeah. But he got back on and did that. I think it was right after chess that the power had came back on, so he went back out to his room. And
yeah, but it did.
I went to bed.
It kept kicking me off the game.
Yeah, that's right. It kept kicking on and off the game, but the power wasn't going out.
Yeah.
It was like the game was catching up to kicking him off and on from the power going off and on. So, and then let's see, last night I got into a half carry run, the back half, and it was after Curator on, and that's a drop for me. In the whenever after we downed Prince, I jumped out to go help, and they had already filled my spot, which is alright. So I think I went to bed after that too.
Yeah, it was a healer that they wanted to pull another healer in just to make sure that we had enough heals for Alar, which it didn't matter. I mean, we did end up dying, but we got some really good attempts at him.
Yeah,
we'll go. We got him down to 76% in the second phase.
Cool.
So we killed him. We killed him all the way. We killed him to his life points were dead in the first phase.
Yeah, I was trying to watch it, but somebody's whoever was streaming it, it was really bad quality video. Everything was all pixelated and blurry. I couldn't see what was going on, so I was like, well, never mind.
Should have streamed it.
I think it was Keith, wasn't it?
Was it Keith that was streaming it, or was it Jack?
It wasn't Jack. It's either Keith or Dane.
I think Keith, because I don't think Dane does it.
I don't remember. But alright, I can't think. Oh, I've been playing my rogue, getting his lock picking up, and oh my goodness, I didn't know it was going to be some time consuming. I got his leatherworking and his engineering up. I was a skinner, but I dropped it and went engineering. I got him up to 300. Well, actually, his leatherworking, is that the one that gives 15 more points, or is it engineering for him? For gnomes, I think it's engineering.
Gnomes get 15 more. They get more points in engineering.
Okay, so he's 315 in engineering and 300 in leatherworking. And then he's at 200 as of right now, or 202 or something like that in lockpicking. I don't know, because I went down the little tunnels. I think he might be like 205, 206. But anyways, he's a little over 200, and I'm trying to get him up to 300, which is going to take a while because where I'm at right now, he's going to have to get to 250. And then BRD, he's got to do some sneaking around and open up doors in there to get to 300. But it says it's better if you're level 60 and he's 50, so I might be getting him to 250, then I'll wait until he's 60 before I go back and work on it anymore.
We get the mage up, we can just start putting, everybody will be level 70 in no time.
Oh yeah. So I just been logging on doing cooking and fishing daily on everybody, and that's practically it. So I guess we can move on to the news. Alright. Like we said last week, Black Temple of Mount Hydra will launch on January the 27th. Because Blizzard has announced a release date for Phase 3 on Burning Crusade Classic. Arena Season 3 will begin on January 17th, and the raids will launch on January 27th. So, and as well as a new daily quest hub will be available worldwide. So, on the week of January 17th, the Incubus Warlock pet. Warlocks will be able to take part on a new quest to learn how to summon a variant succubus pet, the Incubus. Are you going to do that?
Yeah, I'm doing that.
So you'll have an Incubus and a Succubus?
Yep. I'll just use whichever one is summoned, but yeah.
Do they have different trait or whatever?
Not that I've seen.
They're about the same, just one's a male, one's a female.
Yeah, one's a male, one's a female.
Alright, so all you PvPers, a new PvP season begins. So at the start of this new PvP season, Arena Season 3 gear will be available from arena vendors in chat and the Grand. Arena Season 2 gear will be available at a discount from Area 52 vendors and will no longer require Arena rating to purchase. And Arena Season 1 gear will be available from honored vendors in the Hall of Legends in Orgrimmar and Champions Hall in Stormwind. You can Google that if you don't know where those are. On January 27th, new raid, the Battle for Mount Hyjal. Preserve the outcome of the pivotal battle for Mount Hyjal and ensure the demon Archimon meets his fate. It's got 5 raid bosses, Rage Winter Chill, that's where I got Rage, okay. Edithron, Khazragal, Asgalor, and Archimon. I hope I said all those right.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, I think so.
Okay, the locations in the Caverns of Time, and that's in Daenerys. Now, players must be attuned to enter the instance, which we might want to start working on that, right?
Yeah, but, yeah, keep going.
Read about the attunement process below. Improve your standing with the Scale of the Sands to earn rewards from Endormi in the Caverns of Time. So we gotta get some Scale of Sand stuff.
Yeah. Mount Hyjal, right?
Yeah.
In order to get into Mount Hyjal, you have to pick up a quest from there, and then you also have to have a Lady Vosh skill, a Kael'thas Sunstrider skill, and then you have to pick up something from each of them.
So we need to go get that quest and go do all that.
And then, yeah, but you have to kill Lady Vosh and Kael'thas Sunstrider before you can even get into there.
Okay. Yeah, and there's also a new raid, the Black Temple. Defeat the betrayer himself, Illidan Stormrage, atop the Black Temple. Now this one is a long one. It's got 9 raid bosses. High Warlord Nagentus, Supremus, Shade of Akama, Terran Gorefiend, Gortog Bloodboil, Reliquary of Souls. I think that's actually becomes Trash Bomb in Iceground, isn't it?
Yes, and it's also a Hearthstone card.
Okay. Mother Shiraz, the Illidari Council, and Illidan Stormrage.
Himself.
Yep.
You are not prepared.
We're getting prepared, though. Anyways, it's in the Black Temple in Shadowmoon Valley. Players must be attuned to enter the instance. Improve your standing with Ashtung Deathsworn to earn rewards from Okulo inside the Black Temple.
In Black Temple, you have to either be friendly with either the Aldor or the Scryer, one of the two. And then you have a list of quests that you got to do. It's to me, it reminds me a lot of the getting attuned for what was it, the Eye? Yeah.
The Eye had the
Black
long
Temple.
one. But
Black
you
Temple
also
is
got
a lot to do.
A title for that one.
Yeah. Black Temple, it looks like there's a lot to do with the Eye. There is a death that you have to kill Shadow Lord Death Whale. He's riding a dragon on the northern tower of the Black Temple, but he's in Shadowmoon Valley.
Now, are these quests available now, or you got to wait till the 25th?
I think they're.
Because I know the TK one was actually available before.
I think you can start doing them now, but see, you also have to be attuned for Serpent Shrine Cavern and the Eye, and Mount Hyjal.
Ooh.
Before you can be attuned for.
So I only got one
Black
tune
Temple.
that can do that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Savage, we really got to get to work on those with.
Alright. Epic Gem Jewel Crafting Designs will be available from Endormi in the Caverns of Time, so that's the Black Temple stuff. Epic Gems can be obtained from Battle for Mount Hyjal through mining, requires 375 mining skill, and as rare drops from Black Temple. So, it might be a good idea to trash farm it.
I'm glad I've got my mine. Glad I got a miner coming up because those are going to be worth some money.
Well, that's what Tazrina does. She's a miner, so.
Mm-hmm.
Deathwing Daily Quest Hub. Earn Netherwing reputation through daily quests in Shadow Moon Valley. Collect Netherwing eggs to speed up reputation gains. Epic Nether Drake mounts will be available to players that reach exalted reputations.
Yep.
And that requires artisan writing skill.
Yep, I'm going to be doing that with Savage, for sure.
Yep, I'll probably be doing those. I'll be adding those dailies to what I'm doing already.
I'll be paying you to log on Savage and do the dailies with her at least.
Yeah,
I can't.
Good luck with that.
I'm going to have, that's something I want to do every day.
That might actually be worth respecting after each raid or whatever.
Back to.
Okay, Serpent Shrine Cavern and Tempest Keep loot. Guess what? Bosses in those instances will drop one additional class set token for a total of 3. So, if you're behind, there you go. If your guild or whatever is behind, now you get 3 instead of 2. Complete the battle for Mount Hydril and Black Temple attunements. Those who want to brave the 2 new raid instances must complete the required attunement quests first. The required quests must be completed once per character for the battle for Mount Hydril attunement. Gaining entry to Hydril Summit. To access the battle for Mount Hydril, you must first travel to the Caverns of Time and Snares and find Sorendormi. Sorendormi will offer the quest The Vials of Eternity to those who are at least revered with the Keepers of Time. You can earn reputation with the Keepers of Time in Old Hillspread foothills and Black Morass dungeons in the Caverns of Time. Complete the quest The Vials of Eternity by defeating Kel'Thas Sunstrider in Tempest Keep and Lady Vosh in Serpent Shrine Cavern, and you'll be attuned to the Battle for Mount Hydril raid. Now, gaining entry to the Black Temple. I am not going to say all the quests because there's 16 of them.
Yeah, so, dude, I'm telling you, Mount Hydril is, or what is it? Is that, which one is that? Oh, Black Temple. Yeah, Black Temple, dude. There's a lot of crap.
Now, the 16th and final one, a distraction for Akama, will reward you the Medallion of Karabor, which allows its wearer entry into the Black Temple. So, I guess that's a neck piece.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to look that up real quick.
Did this say you have to be exalted or revered?
I thought I said, I can't think. Artisan, I think. I'm pretty sure I said artisan, but I could be wrong. I don't see it.
You have to be revered with the Keepers of Time.
Anyways, okay.
Yeah, I just read it. I just found it.
Okay. If you found it, read it, then that's good enough for me.
Okay, so Mount Hydril, yeah, that's gonna suck.
The betrayer waits those foolish enough to face him. You are not prepared. Alright, now, another thing. Burning Crusade Classic Patch 2.5.3 Development Notes. Now, Blizzard has updated development notes for patch 2.5.3 with new changes for the upcoming patch, such as loot table changes for most raid bosses, inclusion of Dark Moon cards, and new reputation profession patterns. Serpent Shrine Caverns and Tempest Keep bosses now drop new additional items such as an additional tier token. Mag and Girls now drop an additional tier token. All dungeon bosses now have a chance to drop epic gems at heroic difficulty. I don't know about you, but I've actually picked up some epic gems months ago.
Got some that I'm using in the pants that Savage wears.
New Dark Moon cards now have a chance to drop. The Consortium vendor now sells Formula Enchant Weapon Major Striking, and that teaches you how to permanently enchant a weapon to increase damage by 7.
Did you say the Dark Moon cards are coming into play?
Yeah. New
like
Dark Moon cards. New Dark Moon cards.
Like the decks that we used to use back in the day?
Yeah. They already have them, but it's just really rare to get them right now.
Yeah, but the good ones that you can actually get a hold of don't come out until Wrath, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
The Honor Hold and Thralmar vendor now sells patterned nether scale ammo pouch. And if you are using that ammo pouch to put your stuff in, if you equip it, it increases ranged attack speed by 15%. And it holds 24 slots of quiver.
It's another scale ammo power. Ooh,
Yeah.
There's a quiver of 1,000 feathers.
I haven't got to that yet.
Okay,
The lower city vendor now sells enchant ring stats, which, of course, only enchanters can do ring. Permanent enchanting ring to increase all stats by 4. Requires level 35 or higher item. And patterned quiver of 1,000 feathers. That one requires revered with lower city. And it don't say very much. Whenever I hover over
the enchant ring. The enchant ring, does that require revered?
It doesn't say. I will say it's
That's
either
not-
revered or honored. It looks like they're probably going to be all revered.
Is that
Because
the one now?
the ammo pouch is revered at 350, and the quiver 1,000 feathers is revered at 350. And the
Okay, so
major
all of-
striking is 340.
all of
and
this
honored.
stuff comes
Honored.
out.
But that's
All of
good
this
for
stuff
you.
comes out 2.5.3, which is let's see. When did it say this stuff was going to happen? 27th? Is that when 2.5.3 comes out? Or does it come out tomorrow?
2.5.3. The 17th is well as the
17th is today.
is the arena. Oh, it doesn't. And the 27th is
That's when the daily quests come out and Mount Hyjal and Black Temple. Because today, or sometime in the week of this week, we're supposed to get the Incubus Warlock Pennant and the new PvP. So I bet the other stuff doesn't come out until the 27th, like the ring stats and the 1,000 feathers and all that.
okay. I keep. It more or less says that's phase 3, which part of it is 17th, part is 27th. So I keep asking. I typed in a release date, and it's not telling me a release date. I guess
Okay, well,
nobody knows.
I can go right. I'm actually in game. I can go right down here to Lower City and check and see if that vendor's got it right now.
And it says release date to be determined.
Well, they determined.
Okay, I read somewhere that Phase 3 content will be released on 2 separate days, 17th and 27th.
Okay, so I bet you that it's not until the 27th.
Yeah.
Because it was the Lower City vendor, Lower City Quartermaster, which is right here. Yeah, he doesn't have enchant ring stats yet.
Okay. Okay, so I think we're done with news.
Yeah, I didn't really see much of anything that I wanted to add to it. Incubus Pet. I don't like the fact that they're bringing ML Incubus Pet out,
Yeah.
but
It is what it is.
yeah, it's what it is. I can't wait for the Netherwing dailies.
Yeah, I did those on my Paladin before. I think I'm not going to do that because it takes forever on the Paladin to kill anything right now. If I do it, I want to do it in Wrath because I can burn things down then, but I might go do it on my Shaman because my Druid will have his own flight form hopefully sometime soon. It's going to... I finally did one Lower City dungeon the other day, and I'm still not even friendly. I'm almost friendly. but I need to work on that. So
You better hurry up and get Taz there, otherwise I'm going to do a set that calls her earlier. Because that's what's holding me back from having that.
oh, am I supposed to take Taz?
Yeah, you said I couldn't run it until you could.
That's right. That's right. Okay,
So
I'll work on Taz. And if not, then that's the only thing that we'll really work on next time you're here.
Yeah, because that's what's holding me back from having my urn. That couldn't be complete.
All right, let's go back to Kara, part 3.
Careful. Last we talked, it was about
Opera.
So after opera, you run up, exit stage left,
Yep.
run up,
Kill the rich
kill
people.
the rich people along the way. Yeah, go up some more. You got to kill some big. You got to kill some big robots. No,
Wait,
you got to kill the ghosts.
Yeah.
You got to kill the ghosts, and that leads you to the back door.
They hit like a truck.
Yeah, they do. They do. They're pretty nasty. So you really want to make sure that when you go in there, if you're not ready to leapfrog, which is kill it until it gets to 50%, and then your second tank goes and grabs another one. If your tanks aren't geared, let the better of the geared tanks grab them, and even then, they still hit a better geared tank like a truck.
Yeah.
They just hit hard. So be careful with the ghost. But that's where you get to the back door. Go ahead and open the back door. That way it's unlocked. That way if you wipe between...
Yeah, and I know all you gotta do is walk by it and it just opens automatically.
Yeah.
So.
Now that's where you can make a choice after you kill the ghost there. You can either go to Nightbane, or you can keep running up and keep moving your way up the haunted castle, which is what we're going to do. That's what we're going to talk about. Are we going to... Yeah, we're going to talk about that because we're going to Curator.
Yeah.
Keep going up the haunted castle. I mean, mainly it's just ghosts that you're fighting along the way. Until you get to the room that Curator's in. And then he has some... I'm just going to, for lack of a better word, I'm going to call them clear blueberries. Because they look like a clear version, or smoky version, or clear version, whatever, shimmery version of the Warlock pet. So I'm just going to call them blue, clear blueberry. I can't remember what they're called, but they can. These are where I get mixed up because you got the big blueberry guy, then you got the 3 mana worms that come with him. The mana worms can't be damaged by magic, or those can.
Those can.
Okay, so the ones in there you can kill them with magic. The blueberry thing, he absorbs damage until his mana's gone. He's got like more or less a mana shield on.
Yeah.
And he doesn't take any damage until his mana's gone. Once his mana's gone, he dies with like one hit. Yeah, once his mana shield dies, he dies with like one hit. I mean, it's nothing. And when he dies, he releases a area of effect that gives you mana back. It
looks like it's raining mana all around.
Yeah. And it's so nice.
Make sure you're standing in it.
Yeah.
And it does give you a lot of mana. So.
And those mana worms, make sure you loot them, because sometimes they drop motes of mana. And I've walked out of there having no motes of mana, and I've walked out of there having a full, whatever they call them,
Primal.
The big ones. Primal, yeah. So, they're worth looting, for sure. But there's like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 pools, I think, of those guys? 5 or 6 pools of those guys.
I think there's 6. Don't quote me, though.
But
all I know is it takes forever.
Yeah.
You got to be real careful when you get the last one, though, because there's only just a little couple of seconds you can actually get in there and pull those things out. Yeah, and if you got a really good tank that'll hit them, the lowest they'll go when you first hit them is 1%. They will not die. You actually have to pull them back and everything else. Because once you hit them, then after that, that's when their mana shield pops up.
Mm-hmm.
And so The lowest I've ever seen it is 1%. I've never seen actually anybody kill it.
Yep.
So
After you finish all those, there's a big hallway that has these 6 pools in it. Once you finish that, you'll walk into the hallway, and everybody will stay at the end because you're coming up to the Curator. Now, the Curator is a big. He's supposed to be a protector, I guess, of the castle, so to speak. But he does some things and some stuff. So we're going to start out with his Astral Flares. He casts those periodically throughout the fight. What you do is you just DPS them down. They can be taunted, but it's hard. They just kind of go wherever they want to go, and you just have your DPS turn to them. If all the DPS turns to them, they're no problem. They're dead instantly. But he'll summon 10 of those. But I'll talk about that in a minute. Some of his other abilities, he has Hateful Bolt, which deals arcane damage to whoever is second highest on threat. So you want your tank up there, your secondary tank up there hitting him, because it hurts. He casts Arcane Infusion, which adds arcane damage to melee attacks. He also has an Enrage that damage dealt by 20%. It's increased by 20%, and he does that at 15% health. Now, he does cast a thing called Evocation, which casts when he's out of mana, and it restores mana over 20 seconds. But it increases the damage he takes by 200% for the duration of that. So for 20 seconds, you're doing 200% more damage. What you want to do is you start off by having the raids spread out, because the Astral Flares are summoned, and they have Chain Lightning. So you just kind of kill those as they come out. Now, the healers have to stay ahead of healing on this fight, because there's a lot of healing during the fight. He deals high raid damage with his Hateful Bolts. Deals damage to a single target. He also just does high melee damage, as it's all arcane damage and it ignores. So more or less, he'll cast 10 of those Astral Flares. You kill 10 of them. When the 10th one comes out, he's in Evocation. Kill that 10th one, everybody pops all cooldowns and starts busting on him. We've had him pop out. We've had him come out of we've had him come out of the Evocation mode, and he'll be at 15% health, and he'll automatically go into Enrage. And if you do that, your healers have to be ready, because he instantly starts hitting harder. So you just kind of want to watch for that. But really, truthfully, it's not that hard of a fight. We always thought he was a cakewalk, and we just always called it pretty much free loot.
Yeah.
So he does. Now I will mention a drop that he does. He does drop the T4 gloves, so he is a good one to go through. And he also drops a couple of other items there. And then I can't remember the path that we take.
Yeah, off of him, I had the Staff of Infinite Mysteries forever on my Shaman.
Yeah,
finally got it replaced a couple weekends ago with the Mind Blade off of Prince.
And I can't remember the Terrestrian Illhoof. Let's see where we.
Okay, well, first you keep going down the hall after you kill him, and then you turn and you go downhill, and there's two big, huge, like Curator type things. You could actually skip those two, and just hug the wall, turn left, and then there's another one that's probably coming up the ramp there, and you want to quickly pull him and down him. Now, a lot of people don't know this, or don't do it. I'm the only one that I know that does it. But if you go to the opposite side on the right, there's a book laying there. Every time. I always pick up that book and give it to whoever's supposed to have it. Then,
didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm the only one that's ever been doing it. I found it out 2 months ago. I just happened to go in there to do some of the quests, on Schrody, I think. And
You're talking about instead of going left, you go right?
yeah, and there's a book right there.
Well, from now on, I'll be going to get that.
Yeah, well, if I'm there, don't do it. Actually, I won't care if you do it because I know you'll either keep it or... Nobody ever gives me any of the books.
I get a healing one every now and then, but I don't like the healing one. It just pops somebody out and helps you heal. And I've never seen them before.
Yeah, and nobody ever gives me a book. I could be top damage, top DPS, and nobody still gives me a book. I could be the lowest person. Nobody gives me a book to help me out.
I think you should give them to the lowest people to help them out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes I'm the lowest on, like Schrody, and nobody gives me the books. I guess I piss too many people off. Oh well. But then after you get down to the bottom of the ramp, that's where the mana feeders are that you cannot hit with magic damage. There's big constructs that hit like a semi truck. Not just a truck,
yeah.
It's semi. A good tank can go in there, and after a couple of hits, boom, they're dead. I don't mean they just take a couple of hits, of course, they get no heals. No, I mean, they can be healed up full, and after a couple of hits, I don't know what it is, but they can be healed up, and just boom, the big construct will hit them and just kill them. That's where I fell. But there's a couple books sitting around there, and then after you clear that room, or clear that little spot, you can go up the ramp, or you can finish clearing the library out, and there's quests there, but most of the time, 90 to 95% of the time, people skip them, because you can go in there after everybody leaves for 2 hours. You can go in there, pick up those quests, and do those quests that lead up to killing Shade. And that we'll talk more in depth about later when we talk about Nightbane. And then there are a crap load of books all in the library a bunch of books. So if you get to Shade and down him, and then y'all go in there the next time, go through the library, pick up a bunch of books before you go up and continue. But I'll let you finish. Talk more about that.
I'm just going to tell you about Terrestrian Hill. If he's on
oh, you're not going to lead up?
I don't know. I can't remember all the fights.
After you clear that first little small area, you turn left and go up the round ramp up into a round room where there's shades and more blueberries. There's big ones and small ones. The big ones you can kill, no problem. The smaller ones, once you get them down to 10, 15%, they start getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they blow up.
Forgot about that room.
And that can wipe a raid. Especially if you kill both of the smaller ones, it will probably wipe the raid. So you don't want to do that. You have to do
them both at the same time. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to do that. So we usually mark one, and we assign somebody that stuns them. That way they can't get big and blow up. There's a couple books in there. What we usually do is we hug a wall to the right or left, and we just kill stuff that gets closer to those walls until we get to the back, and then somebody always pulls that one shade, so we pull it and kill it. Then we go up the ramp, and more shades. And then you can go... wait a minute. You can only go one way, never mind. I'm going up to Shade right now, but I'm not supposed to. But you just keep going around until there's a ramp going down into a room. What we always do is we stay up in the room. We either get a hunter or a tank to go down there, and we pull one of those mobs, and all the mobs follow it. We run back to the last room and line aside them, and then everybody can AoE them down once the tank picks them up. And then You go back to that room, and there's a bookcase on the left side that you click on, and it is a doorway.
Opens up, and you go down in there. There's a pull that you got to do of these goblins. I think that's what.
Imps. Yeah.
There's a little pull that you do of imps, and you kill them. Then you're looking at Terrestrian Eelhoof and Killwreck. Alright, so Terrestrian Eelhoof, he has a Shadow Bolt. He does Fiendish Portal, which he opens up 2 portals that constantly summon Fiendish imps throughout the fight. He does a Sacrifice effect. He'll teleport a random enemy to the middle of the room, stun them, and it leeches life from them and gives it to him every second. So, that sucks. You have to down to get people out of that. You have to down what they call demon chains, because that's what he summons around, demon chains. If you just put in a macro /target demon or /target dim, or just try to click on it, it can be hard. Tab targeting is usually better, but unless there's a lot of imps out, so
yeah, it takes forever. I
just have a macro that's just /target demon chains.
Yep. Everybody should, all the DPS should have that. What I do is I do the /target demon chains, hit enter, next line I put /cast and whatever what I want to cast. So I could just spam that demon chains and it'll make sure it's targeted, it'll cast whatever I have assigned to that, because I got 2 of them that do that. And so I just spam it. So there's demon chains down, and just spam it. Even if it's a mage or something, because mages can ice block out of it. Even if there's a mage in there, I go ahead and do it, because some forget they can do it, because hell, I've been guilty of that. And then somebody says, "Won't you ice block?" Oh yeah, ice block. Okay.
So after those, you have Killwreck. He has Amplified Flames, which increases fire damage taken from all sources, and he has Broken Pact. While dead, it increases Terrestrian Eelhoof's damage taken by 25%. So what you want to do? Terrestrian Eelhoof is rather easy. You just kill the demonic chains that he summons for the sacrifice in the middle of the room, and from time to time you have to deal with Fiendish imps. If you have a warlock that is just casting seed, it usually takes care of the imp. Yeah. So, a couple seeds, the imps are dead, then you go back to it. Usually your off tank just picks up Killwreck every time he spawns. When you start the fight, you do kill Killwreck right off the bat. And then once he's dead, once Killwreck's dead, he's taking that 25% damage. So, just go ahead and kill him. It's really, the fight is simple. If you can /target demon chains and you can kill those, everything else is a cake because he's tanking space.
Yeah.
But the off tank needs to be ready to keep picking Killwreck up, because he will respawn during the fight.
And now, if you got a good raid leader, if imps get out of hand and there's way too many, usually the raid leader will say, hey, okay, everybody, we need to AoE them down. And usually everybody goes, okay, when they AoE the hell of them down. So, and he drops the Soulfrost.
Yeah, he has Soulfrost enchant.
But anyways, the mage can ice block. Can the druids shapeshift out of the demon chains? No. Darn.
You can, however, cast Barkskin while you're in the demon chains. It doesn't take you out of it,
but it makes you stronger. Okay.
You take less damage.
I knew there was something with druids. I just couldn't remember what it was. I was trying to remember that last night, and I was like, oh well. I never got into the demon chain, so I couldn't do anything, try anything out. But can you go to stun form out of it?
I don't think so.
Well, somebody else can do something to get out of it. Oh, bubble. Paladins can bubble.
Because gnomes can't use escape artists.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I tried.
Ah. Is that the only ones that can get out of it on their own?
I believe ice block and bubble.
Okay. Alright, I'll let you move on now.
Okay. We got to go back to go to Shade.
Yep.
No, Shade is right after Eelhoof.
Yeah, so you go
You run
back,
out, you run back up to where you killed, and you run up one more.
Yeah, you pass the bookshelf, you go straight out into the next area, then you turn left to go up, or you can go forward to go, I think they're both up. But anyways, you go left to kill Shade.
Yeah. Okay. This will take it.
This one can make or break a raid.
Yeah, this can make or break a guild.
Yeah.
So Shade has many abilities. He has Fireball. He has Frost. He is a mage. But through and through, he is just a straight up mage. But he has Fireball. He has Frostbolt. He has Arcane Missile. He has Dragon's Breath. He has Chains of Ice that root you in place for 10 seconds. He has an AoE counter spell where he silences enemies within 10 yards of him. He has Summon Water Elementals that he uses at 40% of his health to summon 4 Conjured Elementals. He has Mass Polymorph Pyroblast. If he reaches 20% mana, he will Mass Polymorph the entire raid, drink some water, and then Pyroblast you in your face.
I've never had a mass polymorph.
Because we don't let him get 20% mana thing. Now he also, where are we? Are we at 4.7.2? He also, 2 of his special things that he does as well are Flame Wreath. When he casts Flame Wreath, it places a ring of fire around a random raid member. If anyone inside the ring of fire moves, the entire raid takes massive damage. So if you're in a ring of fire, stay in it. Don't move. Yeah. You cast, but you can't move.
And most raids will tell you, even if you're not in a ring of fire, don't move. Because sometimes I swear I think it's bugged and I move. If I'm not in it, and it still blows everybody up. So if the raid leader says don't move, this is why Flame Wreath is coming.
Yep. Oh, and spread out, because if you're spread out, then one person won't get caught between 2 Flame Wreaths, be in the middle of it. Because if you're in the middle of it, if you're in a ring, on the outer ring of it, it counts you as moved, and it will blow the raid up. So, you want to spread out for it. He also has he summons the Blizzard, and it moves around the room in a clockwise direction, and it deals high damage, and it will slow you. The easiest way to get out of it is run through
He's an a-hole for this Blizzard.
Yeah. And then he does a massive magnetic pull, which does a mass slow, and then he starts charging on Arcane Explosion. He'll pull everybody to the middle of him. Pro tip, when you start the fight, you're in the doorway, there's a stack of books in front of you. If you stand behind those books, you can still see him, but as soon as he does the magnetic pull, it'll only pull you to those books and stop you. So you won't go all the way into him. You can stay right there, and you can keep DPSing, and you don't have to run away.
I always back up just a little bit after he does a pull.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. But he will pull everybody to him. He slows you down with mass slow. And mass slow, let's see, it is
Paladins can, take it off of you.
Blessing of Freedom. And Priest does Massive Dispel. But it reduces your attack speed by 35%. It slows your movement speed by 60%. If you're a gnome, you can hit Escape Artist and they'll take it off of you. Usually a priest will be dispelling it off of you, but you have time if it's on you. if you turn around and start walking to the bookshelves, you have time to make it to the books before the arcane explosion goes off.
Oh, yeah.
But
Unless you're
if it
just being
doesn't go
stupid
off,
and trying to get a spell off, which you shouldn't
Yeah.
anyways, because you just got pulled to him. You shouldn't
Yeah,
be trying to
if-
cast a spell.
but it pretty much will kill you if it hits you. If not, it's really close. All right, so the fight is rather difficult, and I'm gonna go through portions of it and just kind of tell you what's going on. Shade of Iran is a rather tricky fight and deals very high damage with his many different abilities. Try to interrupt Fireball and Frostbolt as much as you can. That prevents a lot of damage, and but it won't make him run out of mana. It says only interrupt arcane missiles if it will otherwise kill someone. So don't mess with arcane missiles. Just let those go through. Because if you interrupt all three of his abilities, then he'll run around and start. You want to move away from anyone hit by Dragon's Breath as it deals damage to nearby allies, and be ready to heal that target. The main portion of the fight involves around Shade of Iran's special ability. Flame Wreath, don't move. I mean, simply do not move. Let's see, Circular Blizzard. It will summon the blizzard, moves around the room in clockwise direction. Try to move in front of the blizzard at all times to reduce how much damage you take. It's a combo of this. This is the ability of a combo of just a few abilities. Because of the blizzard. But Iran will pull everyone in with magnetic pull, and then he'll slow everybody with mass slow. And then he'll start his charge, arcane explosion, for 10 seconds. And it'll deal lethal damage if he hits you. So just to avoid taking damage, start running away as soon as he pulls you. You'll get there in time. So he does this. Now that's all of it. You just gotta watch for the blizzard, watch for Flame Wreath, and mass slow. A lot of it's pretty mana intensive. So healers, watch your mana. Be on the ball, drinking potions and things like that as you can. Because at 40%, he'll cast Water Elemental. While doing all this other stuff, he also casts Water Elemental. They do have a threat table, but they will go after your healers right off the bat. Warlocks can banish them and fear them, and if you have 2 Warlocks, don't even worry about them. Because 2 Warlocks can banish one, fear the other one, and then all 4 of them are taken care of. If you have no crowd control, you have a tank pick up the elementals as they can, and you might want to kill one or 2, but they do despawn after a little while. Let's see, it should tell me here. Nope, it doesn't. Usually they'll despawn after 2 banishes. So, banishes 30. We'll do that for a minute, I guess. Okay. The Mash Polymorph and Pyroblast combo serves as a DPS and interrupt check of sorts. If you try to interrupt as many casts as possible to keep his mana high and maintain high damage uptime to prevent this combo of spells from happening. So you don't. That's why you keep interrupting him, because how mana works is it doesn't take the mana away from you until the cast completes, except for Arcane Missiles. Arcane Missiles takes the mana up front. So that's why you don't want to because you already used that mana. And it doesn't work. It doesn't matter. But Fireball and Frostbolt won't take away from you until it's completely cast. It won't take mana away from you. So if you keep interrupting those abilities, that's great. That's what you stay doing. Everybody will love you for it. But you that way you don't get this mass polymorph. Because if he gets down to what is it? Let me see how 20% mana. If he gets down to 20% mana, y'all been on this fight too long.
Yeah, I don't think. I think maybe one of the first couple times we've done it, maybe.
Yep,
but it's been so long, I forgot all about he does that. If somebody would have held a gun up to my head today and said, "Hey, Does he do a mass polymorph? I would have been so confident that, no, he don't do that. So,
Yeah, he does it, and then you're running around the sheep, and then he power wash.
So either we're usually dead by then,
Yeah.
or he's usually dead by then.
Or he's dead. But we usually keep his mana up enough to where he doesn't do the polymorph, and instead he summons the elemental. Now, you don't want to get him to 40% health and then have him at 20% mana also, because he will summon the elementals, and he will mass polymorph you in Pyroclast.
Oh, yeah, that would be.
So, yeah, you don't want to do that. But if you do what we're talking about, just kick or counter spell or whatever you can, the fireball and the crossbow. Rest of it's easy. He's a pushover if you can get the mechanics down. Just watch for the blizzard. That's what usually kills people, is the blizzard. So put a stand on the blizzard and you'll be good. And he's got some decent loots as well. Yeah. He has the Sunfire enchant.
Oh, that's the one I'm looking for. If I ever get a weapon, that's what I'm going to put on it. Sunfire. Because the arcane damage. Anyways. He doesn't drop really anything else worth noting. He does drop good stuff, but...
Yeah.
Anyways, after you down him, now if the raid wipes, they can go in the front door, talk to the dude that's up there, right there on the steps, and he can teleport you to the library, which is Shade's room.
Yep.
But you have to down Shade first, or he can't do it. So after you kill him, you back out the way you came, go down the ramp, turn to your left, and I think it's going up, and you go up, and then turn left to go back down a little hallway, and then right there, you can jump down onto a ledge, and it goes underneath a platform, and there's a little campfire sitting there with about 5 books, 4 or 5 books right there. You can get that, and you can either have a mage slow fall down and run back up, or you can have a paladin jump down and bubble and then run back up, or you can have a warlock summon you back up, and easy peasy, you got books. So then you fight some shades there, 2 sets of shades, then you go back up and into another room where there's usually about 1 book, and these, what do you call those dudes that look like the dudes with the void storage? I keep wanting to say ethereals or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
I think they are ethereal.
Okay. And those hit pretty hard, and usually you pull them one at a time because they have a debuff on them or something like that hurts the raid. And you can pull 2 at a time, but you'll have to stop, get mana, and stuff like that after you do that. And then,
thief.
Huh?
Ethereal thief.
Oh.
They have a disarm and a cleave.
What's that green cloud stuff that...
I know what you're talking about. It's an aura. It
Yeah.
doesn't say on here.
Anyways, there's usually a book in that room where they're at, and then you go through and you can, I don't know if you kind of kill anybody else, but you go up or you can go down. The one on the left is usually up, the one on the right is usually down. So you go up to the left, you go up to another room with, they're not shades, but they're like shades. Or are they shades? No, they're not shades. They look like dudes. I can't remember. You kill those 2, then you go back down. There's another fight. Alright, so that is it for this week. Is there anything that we've talked about you want to talk any more about, or you pretty much done?
I think so. I think we've covered everything pretty well. I'm looking forward to the patch. New content, even though we're not there yet.
All right,
We need
so
some more people.
next week we'll talk about Chess and Prince, and they're on the right side going down. And then the week after that we'll talk about Nether Spite and Nightbane. They're two dragons. And then the week after that, since we are going to be done with Kara, we'll probably talk about Grulls and maybe Mags. I'm not sure. I think we'll do one each one. But I'm probably going to start a new segment on there that I'm going to announce later. So, stay tuned for that. And until then, have fun playing the game.
As always.
If you would like to get a hold of us, you can email us at wowresurrected@outlook.com. This show is brought to you by Heartland Production Entertainment. If you'd like to help to make the show better, go to patreon.com/heartlandpae.